This is the Warmonger X2. This model is unparalleled in combat functionality, and will enable the pilot to engage 2 to 3 times more enemy crafts at once than a standard AI, she said. She waved a hand over the unit, and it made a pleasant bleep-bloop sound.
"Greetings, human,"
the AI unit said to Everett.
"Shall I detail the fashion in which I will annihilate your enemies?"
No, thank you.
"Excellent. I shall smite thine first enemy with a hailstorm of plasma fire at the first nanosecond of aggression shown,"
the warmonger said. Wonderful. No, thank you, Everett said.
"Your second assailant shall perish as I maneuver your ship in a corkscrew around them and riddle their craft with holes that will release the airlock of the hull and pull the sentients out of said holes into space like hamburger meat."
Can you get this thing to shut up? Everett said to Kestrel.
"Finally, I shall display my prowess by hacking a channel of communication to the last remaining enemy craft, so that your vengeful, unrelenting visage is the last thing they witness before they incandesce into oblivion from the heavy rain of thermal acceleration torpedoes that I send screaming at them like dozens of banshee death harbingers," the warmonger said.
Pass, Everett said. Kestrel waved her hand over the warmonger unit so that it bleep-blooped off before moving to the next cylinder lying in a velvety case. This is called the Decider. The model is designed to accommodate inexperienced pilots who tend to flounder in the face of big boy decisions, she said, raising her eyebrows as if to suggest that Everett's inexperience was apparent. I may be a little wet behind the ears, but I don't need an AI making decisions for me, Everett said. Pass. Please, don't even turn it on. Very well, Kestrel said, mostly disinterested. The last one here is an abandoned prototype that never made it past beta. Tell me about it, Everett said. It's called Kronos. Besides proficiency in general functionality, its prominent feature is said to be its malleability. Presumably, it learns how the captain functions over time, and then adapts for increased efficiency, Kestrel explained. And why was the prototype abandoned? Everett asked. I acquired the unit wholesale with other unit types, and I was never given that information, she said. Everett could tell she was lying. Still, the Kronos unit seemed a better fit than the others. He felt willing to discover whatever quirks the AI might have as they presented themselves. How bad could it really be? How much for the Kronos unit? Everett said. 400,000 credits, Kestrel replied with icy conviction. What? That's more than twice the amount that a premium AI is worth. This one is just a failed prototype, Everett said. Take it or leave it, Kestrel said. I suppose you can search the galaxy for another parts dealer with your ship on short-range thruster speed. Everett momentarily considered traveling to the planet Kelb, or even Polarix, both being in the same sector he was currently in. If you're thinking of chancing a trip to the 2 other dealers in this sector, Kestrel said, intercepting his thoughts, I can just contact them and let them know that a thieving space pirate is heading their way in an Infineon buzzard. Everett stood with his mouth hanging open, feeling fairly nonplussed that he was being heavily extorted. After a moment, however, he remembered that credits meant little to him, and the important thing was that his rescue mission was moving forward. You got me, Kestrel, he said with a grin. Hold out your palm and I'll transfer the credits. Kestrel looked slightly surprised that she had won the haggle so easily, but she did not hesitate to activate the processor in the palm of her hand that would accept and secure her credits. Everett pulled the tablet out of his pocket and transferred the exorbitant sum with a flick of the wrist. It's been great to see you, Kestrel, he said, taking the Kronos unit in its case. I'll show myself out.